Good morning, Julius. In today's world, we live in a world full of technology and surrounded by technology. But for every single task, we have to depend on a separate individual devices. Like one for light, one for monitoring, one for controlling. But this is a very major issue we are facing. So we have created a device which can do all of these tasks as a single smart system hub, which is this. So as we move ahead, the first feature we are going to have is, as you can see the smart board behind me, what we are going to do is, my friend will blow on this device and the smart screen will wake up. Right now it is in sleep mode. As this is our first feature, which is bread to wake. So right now my friend will blow on this, and as you can see the devices wake up. So this is our starting of the presentation. So here is our first feature, which is using it as a mouse. You can use our Kairos product as a proper mouse with the working of left click and selections. So here we have the mouse menu. You can see in our OLED screen it works as a mouse. Now my friend will select it. Over swiping over the sensors, you can select the functions as we have selected mouse functions. Now we'll move towards the dashboard. Here is our dashboard, our front screen. As you can see, there is an option for Microsoft Office. Now my friend will do the left click. As he selected, you can see here is a Word document. So what we can do is, we can do the left click as well as we can hold and select it at the same time. For holding and selection it, you have to do is, what you have to put your hands over the sensor and move your hand and the sensor at the same time, so you can select the text. We'll switch the tab from this as it came to desktop. Now I'll hit on. Now we will come back to the PPT. So after this, we will move towards the YouTube to show you the media functions of our product. Now we'll tell you about the second feature of our Kairos, which is media mode, which will help you to increase the volume, decrease the volume, play, pause, mute, next and previous. So going to that, from our OLED screen, we have to tilt our device to select the second option, which is media. After that, we have to select it by hovering our hand over the sensors. As now media is selected, the video is started playing. So we will firstly pause the video. For that, we have to hold our hand over the sensor for 3 or 3+ seconds. So it get paused. For muting our sensor, muting the video, you have to put your hand over the sensor for 5+ seconds. So as you are muting the video within the time range, as you can see, the video is muted. Now what we'll do is, we'll unmute it and we'll play the video. After that, we'll show you the features of volume up and down. Now the video is unmuted, and for holding it for 3 seconds, the video will start playing. Now we'll show you the volume up and down feature. As you can see, the volume is decreasing as we are hovering our hand over the sensors, and now we'll increase the volume. Now you can see the volume is increasing 2 by 2. So now we'll show you the feature of our next and previous. So now we'll do is next. As you can see over here, it went from 2 to 3. Now I'll do the feature of previous. Now we came back to the previous video. So that was the second feature of our product Kairos. The third feature of our product, which is reader, aka scrolling over the websites or documents. As we move ahead, for this we have to select the reader feature. And after selecting that, you have to move your entire arm for the scrolling part. As you move it towards yourself, it will scroll down. If you move it outwards, it will scroll up again. The speed of the scrolling depends on your arm movement, how quickly you bend it and how quickly you release it. As it is scrolling, at a certain point, if you want to skip the pages, what you can do is, you can directly over the sensor and it will skip according to page by pages. As you can see over here, my friend is hovering over the sensor and scrolling. And the speed of scrolling depends on your arm movement. So this was the function of reader mode, aka scrolling between the websites and documents. Feature, which is reel media feature. It will help us to scroll between reels, YouTube shorts and switching photos. So we have to, right now we are on the reader mode. Now we'll switch to reel mode, as my friend is switching on the reel mode. Now we have selected the reel mode. What we'll do is, we'll swipe our hand for the next picture. As you can see, this is the next. We'll do one more time the next picture. Now we'll went back to the previous image. This is previous, this is previous. This is basically scrolling between the images, doing scrolling reels without any touch or interaction, scrolling between the YouTube shorts. So that is basically what our reel media feature is going to do. To the next feature, which is our camera feature. So it's basically launch your camera application on any device, and after that we can click the picture without any interaction. Now we'll switch to the camera application. As my friend swipes and selects the camera, it will automatically triggers the camera application on my laptop. As you can see, you can switch between the recording mode as well as between the camera mode. For switching between it, you have to swipe as it is switching, and to trigger the shutter button, you have to swipe over it, and it will have a timer of 5 seconds, which is you can see it's going over there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it will snap a picture. So it's basically how it works, and after shaking it, it will automatically cut down the entire application. From camera mode, now we will have a extra feature, which is ENB mode, which will tell you about the environment, aka the pressure, the temperature, and the altitude over your room. So we'll switch to the ENB mode. As we went, now my friend will swipe over it to select the ENB mode, and you can see directly readings on your OLED screen, which is, as you can see, it is 27 degree right now with the pressure and altitude. So ENB mode will directly display on your OLED screen. We have not connected it to certain device or something to show it, as it will be very quicker for us to directly show it on our wrist. So that is basically what our ENB mode do. Now we will switch from ENB to presentation mode. Presentation mode basically helps us to hover between the slides. Now my friend will go to the presentation mode. Now he'll select the presentation mode. It is now selected. Now we'll do the full screen of this PPT. Now it is full screen. Now we'll go to the next slide. This is the next slide, which is basically about something called ESP. This is a sample slide. Now we'll move another slide. As you can see, these are the sensors we have used in our project. Now we'll move to the next slide. So coming to this part, this is Kairos, how it's basically help in real life. You can read it. Coming to the next slide, we have also one more feature in this. It's basically the laser feature. What you have to do is you have to put your hand over the sensors and move your hand at the same time with the help of sensors. So you will have a laser pointer. This is the laser mode, how it's basically working. Now we'll move to the next slide. Coming to this, as I told you earlier, we have two more features, which is breath to wake and shake to exit. Apart from it, we have one more extra feature, which is multiple device connectivity. As if you have connected this device with your PC, laptop and mobile, so first with the help of dashboard, you can switch between those devices, and then you can work through the entire task, all those task features I have shown you accordingly. By this, we come to the end of our presentation. We are Team Digital Squad.